All right. Hey, 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 beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome. Whether you're tuning in from Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, I'm so happy that you're here. If you're new here, I'm Lassyfly, and this is our sacred space where we dive into the magic of the universe together. Before we get started, take a second to tap that like button, follow if you haven't already, and subscribe on YouTube so you never miss a session. As always, we're just going to kick this off with a collective reading to tap into the energy that we need. Tonight it's Sexy Saturn, so it's sexy energy. And then we're going to dive into our lovely guest. If you notice, I have this beautiful woman, Jacqueline, here. She is going to take over after these little quick collective readings and just tell you about herself, about her journey, about a lot of these downloads she's been having. So settle in, take a deep breath, drop a magical emoji in the chat if you're ready, and let's get into this. If you want to say anything, you can do that too, Jacqueline. I'm just gonna pull us some quick cards. See what comes.
Just gonna light some incense while we start.
Yes, Oh, you know what? I think my incense went out. That's a good point. Now that I
I
think about
love
it,
these the regular incense, like the ones you get from the store, like the ones that burn really quick. I find that I have my I think
mine usually burn for like a good hour or so. I just started
are
getting
they
these.
the resin kind?
No, I don't make mine. I want to start making them, but mine are from the store too. This specific one is Mount Shasta, which is perfect for us because it's Ascension. The scent is Ascension. But these are from Five Below and they sell like 10 packs of like 7 different scents. So you get like 70. Sometimes you get more, but this one is specifically for Ascension and I love it.
These I believe these are from California, but these are um I don't know. I forgot. It's the I don't know, but they're resin based because they just last longer, but they don't burn as fast, and they don't. It's not like that powdery kind.
Yeah, these
Those kind make me sick.
Hi,
I'm
Patrick.
really prone to migraines. I guess because it's TMJ. I always thought like it's either TMJ or just like a psychic migraine, but I'll get them real quick with smell.
It was a surprise, Patrick. She was supposed to come on yesterday, but she had a migraine and she
Oh
fell
yeah,
asleep.
He left when you announced it, and you announced
Yeah, so she
it.
was supposed to come on
Like,
yesterday
who's
and then
this?
oh, yes, Patrick is commenting. So he didn't know you was going to be here today. But earlier I had mentioned it. I don't know if you were on my live earlier today and I mentioned she was going to be on too. So she's here. She's going to talk about her journey and, the communication that she's been having, but just tell about herself. So I'm just going to do a couple of little quick sexy cards for us and let her take over. So, ooh, we
Sexy
got
cards? You have sexy cards?
sexy cards. Yes. So let's see. They gave us 2 sexy cards. So I guess it's a quick message. They're like, just let her do her thing.
They're like, get out the way.
I know, right?
Just kidding.
Let the people speak. They're coming through. Okay, so the 2 cards they gave us plus the bottom of the deck. They seem to give this one to us a lot. So they want you to wear something sexy. Um, Wearing sexy clothes that make you feel sexy can change the very atmosphere around you. Put on something that gives you that extra oomph, and you'll find it much easier to get what you want out of this situation. So it's gonna like,
Damn.
I know, right?
Are they
Danny
calling
had
me
on
out? Because I dress like a grandma a lot.
do what makes you feel confident, what makes you feel empowered, what makes you feel sexy, what makes you feel delicious. Do that shit. Okay? It adds to your power. It adds to that energy, like that confidence, but definitely that sexual energy. And sexual energy is powerful. They also want to hold you. They said, "Please hold me." So somebody wants to be held by you, or
Among
maybe
who?
you're longing to hold somebody. I know, right? Someone is feeling vulnerable. They're opening up and trusting you to be gentle with their softest parts. They want you to hold them like something precious and show them you won't let them down. So hold on to whoever, maybe you're talking to somebody or maybe somebody's coming, because you decided tonight, I'm just going to get sexy. I'm going to go out and you might meet somebody like, but maybe you're already in this relationship, but either way, like start to let yourself be vulnerable. The cards were saying that earlier too when we had the lotus and the unfolding, or no, it was unraveling, you know, it's what they say, vulnerable is it's power, it's not weakness. But even the rebel deck says like vulnerability is hot as fuck. So be vulnerable with yourself, but with other people, show those parts of you. It's not a weakness for you to, you know, show those deep sides of yourself, show those emotions. They're meant to be, expressed. So even if that means being vulnerable because you're like, oh damn, I don't want someone to think that I'm weird because of this. No, express that. That might be somebody's kink, you know, because they want, also the bottom of the deck says to submit to me. So somebody wants to do some freaky things with you. They want to hold you, they want you to be sexy, they want to submit to you. They're saying someone wants to control you, they want you on your knees. If that sounds good to you, great. Enjoy. If not, watch out for the domineering behaviors so that you can catch this person before they get their hooks in you. So if that's not your thing and you're like, ew, I don't do that, like I don't submit to nobody, then they're saying, watch out, be on the lookout because there is somebody who definitely wants to control you, somebody who wants to be all up on that energy, all up in that energy. But if you do like that stuff, then they're saying have so much fun because the time is now. They want to do some freaky shit to you. They want to submit to you, or maybe they just want you to submit to them. But either way, like make sure you're standing in your power. Make sure you're doing what makes you feel comfortable and confident and sexy. And if that's not for you, then don't do that either. No is a full sentence. So use it. I love you guys. Hi, V. V's gonna show up with us next week too, so I'm so excited. She's gonna be here. So that was the quick message because we're gonna let her have her. She's gonna tell us all about her. She's had some pretty interesting stuff come up for her, and I'm excited to hear about it. So do your thing, Jacqueline.
Thank you. Okay, I'm just trying to get my clips I wanted to show you all. So I got one. Okay, where do I begin? Okay, so um all right, my name is Jacqueline. Thank you for having me come on. And so I noticed
Yes.
we were talking about star seeds, and that topic came up. And I know a lot of you all are like, am I a star seed? How do I know and how do I connect? So um, I wanted to kind of speak with you all and let you know some of the messages that come through for me, and let you know a little bit of my journey, and um, kind of talk to you about how it started and how I knew um, I was, or how I identified as a star seed um, more clearly, because I would say I didn't really know too much about it. If you were to ask me a few years ago, I knew I was a light worker, but I didn't know too much about um, a star seed. And
Yeah.
so I have quite a bit of information here, and I'm gonna kind of like skim through it and pull out the keywords and kind of go um, through that and see. Um, but they did want me to kind of like put a little presentation together for you all. So one thing they want me to tell you all is if you are here, you are made of stardust. The 5D plane is now concentrated highly of light workers. So pretty much how the 3D and the 5D Earth separated. Um, that was to create a strong foundation for the new Earth. And what they showed me is that the light workers concentrated together to create like what we have now is that they're so concentrated now that they're like solidifying the earth, kind of um, like a newborn chicken, like you know, like the egg when it's still soft.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's the 5D earth now.
Okay.
So and the light workers are it's like at its calcifying stages. And so like everyone that's still working through their shadow work on the 3D plane, they'll be coming and moving across to the 5D plane, like one at a time as they elevate through their consciousness.
Oh my God, that's so much confirmation because I always talk about a wedge. And I
Yeah.
always say that like there is no such thing as like one being better than the other. It's just different. But no matter what, like this wedge, we're all like still going to end up in the same place. It's just some of us might get there faster than the others, but we're going to still end up there. So I that's like confirmation. I love that.
Yeah, I think you spoke about that yesterday. You were
Oh
talking
wow.
about that yesterday. Yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what day, but some it just yeah, that's so much confirmation for me.
And another thing is so Pete they want you to know that
Are you able to see the
um
comments when I'm highlighting them?
no, because I'm
Oh,
looking like
okay.
I'm
Oh,
not
okay, I wasn't
paying
sure.
attention.
V was saying that she loved your name, but she also was like this is giving her chills. So it's confirmation.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm
I
trying
was highlighting the comments, but then I was like, wait, I don't actually know if you can see them. So let me just say it out loud.
if you read it out loud, that'll help me because right now I'm
Okay,
okay.
yeah, I'll read them out
Like my
loud.
notes, it's like a huge paragraph, and I'm trying to like
Yeah, I remember
read.
you told me you're like, let me just get everything because I'm the same way. I have to have my notes or at least bulletin points because I will go completely off topic. So, girl, I know. You're
Yeah, I'm trying to read it, and I'm trying to explain it, re-explain. Like you know when you write with so much passion, and then you're like
yeah,
trying to recreate that passion. It's like I channeled it prior, and I'm trying to re-explain it, and it's just not the same. But I'm
yeah,
also trying to
yes,
re-explain it to where y'all can understand. So hopefully, but I think y'all are brilliant, and I'm pretty sure y'all will get it. And I like the feedback that helps me so much. So if
yeah,
y'all have any questions, please stop and let me know. But yeah, like you did talk about this, and that's what I thought about. So right now, like when you said the veil was closed, um, and that was the separation. And I had a picture. I know Dolores Cannon talked about this, the 5D split. um you've seen this before, I'm sure, the 3D 5D split.
mm-hmm.
I'm trying to look behind my camera, but um and another thing they want you to know is so the light workers, now the reason why like I have this knowledge is just because like was telling you like I have a higher clearance, and the only reason I have a higher clearance is because at one point like I came across like a dangerous situation where I needed a clearance, like like I had to like it was like for my survival. So but if you're here, you pretty much are like a star seed, like if you are a light worker. But they don't want you to like forget that your human existence. So what happened when you came to Earth? Like how you do past life regression? See this?
You know what's funny is today in my reading we had the like splitting your focus, and that was what they were saying. They were bringing up 30/70, and I was like, I don't know, or 70/30, and I was like, I don't know what that is. But that was basically them saying like to spend 70% of our time like on the outward part, like because that's what we came here to do, was to learn from this lifetime. But then they're like spend 30% inward on yourself and on your spiritual stuff, because that's here too. You're supposed to do that, but
Well,
mainly
no,
we
well,
came
I'll
here for
explain. I'll
this.
explain in a second.
I
So
didn't know
what
what that meant.
happened?
That's why I was like, I don't know what that means, but they said 70/30 or some shit like that,
Well,
or 30/70.
I'll show you. I'll show you. Okay, there's so much. I want to say like because it all connects. Like, but so um, when you came here, when star seed souls came, they came in as walk-in souls to bodies that already had a soul, right? So you're two souls in one. And so when you have like your past life regressions, uh, and you're remembering your past lives, that's from like your human life, right? And then you
Mhm.
still have like your starseed souls. So you're two souls in a human body. So that's why like you have may have like grown up and you feel like, oh, I don't belong here, right? And then you have like that part that like wants to connect like with the higher realms. And then you also have, you may do like your past life regressions, and then you have like your flashbacks of dreams, like where you're like either you connect, maybe not. You can, like me for example, I can never really connect. Like I would always try and go to church because I've studied theology like a lot, and I've tried to study like all the religions, but Christianity I'd never connected with. I always studied like I could connect with like the older religions, but Christianity was like always new. I could never not that it
Yeah.
didn't like seem alluring, but it was just like I was too old of a soul to connect with it.
It made
So
me feel fearful, so it was just really hard for me because it was just like, why am I don't know. I just
yeah,
always felt like from a really young age, like this is bullshit. Why are we supposed to be fearing again?
they're very judging, yeah. So
Yeah.
um but I feel I kind of went off topic there. But it's like you were two souls in one, and where was I going with that? So the two souls in one, and what happens is like now that we're in the new 5D world, they want you to kind of relax and not focus so much on being like you're in your outer realms anymore. They want you to focus more on the human existence, because that is when you'll be heart centered and they can channel you all more.
Mm.
Because when you know how you're talking about heart, like heart activation,
Which, yeah, they actually told us
that's
today to listen from your heart.
yes. When you're in your heart frequency, that's the highest frequency to work.
Love.
Yeah, that's the love frequency. And
Yeah.
that's
That's
when
what they
like
were
the
saying.
two, yeah, that's when the two merge, the heart and the and the star seed. So but they can do both, but they that's when they can do the most work, like through the network, and you can bring the two together because they're working, what they're trying to do is they're trying to, like, you're working through the grid. So y'all have done so much work as star seeds. Like the more, okay, so when we were coming to make the 5D, when we were all doing our shadow work, all the
Mhm.
shadow work we did, it reflects in the astral realm, right? And what it does is it heals the it mirrors our shadow work mirrors um the work inside the cosmic web. And so
So is that like the as above, so below?
no,
Mm,
sort of.
okay.
It's an actual thing. I'm showing you a
Okay.
picture right now. It's it's this. It's called the galactic web, and it's actually in outer space. It's actually what connects all of us. That's what it
Oh,
looks like. This is how we're all connected. So this
I
is
feel like
actually
I feel like
that's
I've been able to see that energy in meditation. Like
yeah.
literally. I feel
Well, this
like
is yeah. This is what connects all of us. So this is
I
actually
feel like
go
after
ahead.
I came out of the meditation where I was able to see energy, I feel like that's literally like what I see besides the holographic rainbow. I feel like I can see that like energy, I guess, in which connects us all. It's weird to explain, but that's the only way I can make it make sense is it's like, why do I see this? But it's that now that I
Let me
realize what
show
it
you
is.
a video. So this is the universe. This is just a zoom out of the universe.
Yeah.
And I'll show you where it's at. But this is how we're all connected, like telepathically, everything. And this is what
Yeah.
connects energy. This is what connects us. And it's right here. Look. So there's the Milky Way. There's the other solar systems.
So you're bringing up solar systems. The way I
Right
interpret
there.
it and the way I understand because nothing is outside of us. Like even the solar system is not outside of us. It is still inside of us. Like it's the system of our souls. Like
Mm-hmm.
because I don't believe anything is outside of us. And
Mm-hmm.
so like that's what I believe like the solar system actually means is it's the system of our souls. It's within us. Like just like I don't personally believe that the planets are outside of us either. Like I know I have a telescope and I believe that I see things, but I kind of think that's like the filter that they want because I do believe that everything is
Like it
inside of us.
reflects us.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's so funny that you said that because it is. It's like I feel like it reflects us.
Well, that's what the in Judaism like actually have it. That's what the tree of life has. Like the tree of life has the like they have the head. I think the head is like the sun and the planets.
Yes.
It's like a map.
Yeah. I have a Tree of Life deck too, actually. Oh wait, is it upside down? Yes. That's silly. So I have the
Yeah.
Tree of Life. So
Hmm.
I'll have to use that.
They're really big on manifestation.
Yeah. That's what I keep getting too.
They believe that and I was going to show you like right here. This is the outside of the universe. Like this is like where all apparently all manifestations exist.
Mhm.
Like it's like all out here, all the bubbles. Like every turn you make, there's like a apparently another. This is all metaphysical, but every turn, like there's like this alter universe, like existing
Patrick says,
outside the end of time.
uh-huh.
And
Patrick says,
then
I
what
see white streaks like one big spider web.
here?
I think just in general, I think that's the
Oh, he's
energy he's
talking about
able to
when he
tap in.
meditates.
Yeah, or maybe even with the naked eye, cause it's not when I meditate, like, it started through a meditation, but now it's like I literally see energy everywhere all the time, like, it doesn't matter if it's daytime, nighttime, if I'm in the dark, like I
Oh, you can,
yeah,
so you can probably
it's
see
never
like
stopped.
auras.
Oh, I
Really?
absolutely can see auras. I can see auras. I
So what
can
is
see
it? Oh my gosh. So what does it look like? So you mean you can see it like running like after people and you can see it
that's what
moving?
I'm saying. Like when that's what I was saying. Like I didn't understand. Like it. It's
Oh, I
the
see
way
what you
I've been
mean
just. Yeah,
now.
the way
I
I've
see
been
what you
described to it,
mean, like the
because I've
web,
talked about it.
but you
Yeah,
see it
that's
in
what I'm.
real time.
Yeah, that's like people tell me it's like as if I've done psychedelics or if I've done shrooms, and I don't know because I've never done them.
You're like,
I
it's
only
the
smoke weed.
never-ending trip.
But it happened one day
That's
out of nowhere.
beautiful. Oh,
It
you're
was
just
through
like
a
super
meditation.
open then.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it
But was it bothersome? Were you just like, make it stop?
I still do. Like earlier today when we were out at the park walking around, that's what I'm saying. I could see everything. Like when the birds fly, I see how
Beautiful.
they're connected. I see how they're connected to the trees and how I'm connected to the trees. Like I can literally see like the auras of everything. And that's what I was saying. Like I didn't know what it was until I saw that picture and now I understand it's
Yeah,
the web.
it's the cosmic web. Oh my
But
God,
for
that's
me,
whew,
I've always wondered,
spirit.
like, because I could take my glasses off and I can't see, but I could still see the energy. Like, I could rub my eyes and just be like, why the fuck are all these like colors everywhere? But nobody else like knows what I see. So it's
Oh
weird,
wow, that is so
but
beautiful.
it's never stopped. But that's why when I saw that picture, I was like, oh, I see that all the time. But I didn't realize that's what that was because I could see it. I have like this, there was a squirrel earlier, there was birds, but like I could literally see the different colors. But like you said, it's like almost like the white streaks that Patrick sees, but how we're all intertwined. It's so weird to explain, but I can
No,
see
it's
it.
beautiful. That
Yeah.
sounds like, I don't know if you paint or
The
if you
naked eye,
draw,
yeah. I
but it
do.
sounds
Well, not very
like
well, but I do. I like to.
it sounds like you could really paint some very, because I love pink, and pink is like
Oh my God, pink and
unconditional.
purple are like
That's
when I was
unconditional love.
yeah,
That's the color of unconditional love. Hmm.
when I was regressed, that was one of the colors of the skies that I was in. It was pink and purple. Pink and purple seems to be like really powerful for me and not just this lifetime, but in a lot of my lifetimes. But
Hmm.
yeah, but I also am starting to realize more and more like it's not that we're looking for love, it's not that we are supposed to be giving love, it's that we are love. That is our true frequency, that is our vibration, that's what we are. We
Well,
are
it's
love.
funny how like if that's the color of the whole universe, it's pink.
What
Love.
the
Like that's the
hell?
color of love. What?
How do I block this person? Somebody on freaking YouTube, she says my boyfriend lost a testicle in a chainsaw accident, and then my other boyfriend donated his testicle to help us out. Which man should I marry? Like the hell? You're getting blocked.
She's
Like
I
what?
guess
Okay.
she's trying to wonder like how she's gonna have a baby
Right.
with like
What a
which
nice boyfriend though. He's
follow the
donating his
balls,
testicle.
follow the ball.
That's so funny.
People and their problems. People in their imaginary problems.
So
Oh my
Patrick says
gosh.
he could see auras too, but he saw them more when he was younger. See, Patrick, I was able to see this when I was younger too, and then wasn't able to for a long time. I was just having this conversation with my husband. I was made to believe that I could see these things because I was a bad girl. And so I basically tried to get my
You're,
shit together
you're like
and
shut it
not
out.
right and not be a bad girl anymore so I can't see these things. But I have no idea where it came from, but one day in a meditation it was I don't
Can
even
I
know what my intention was, but it just happened and it's
do you do your
literally never
meditation
stopped.
sleeping, or do you like lay down?
I
Because I get so
both.
sleepy, I gotta lay down. I lay
I do
down too.
both. There are meditations that I do where I am like sleeping, I'm setting the intention like as I fall asleep, the answers will come to me. But I also do meditations where I sit. The meditation that this happened for me, I was outside when it happened. I was sun gazing prior to me
You
actually
sun
going
gaze.
into meditation. Yeah, I sun gaze.
That
So I
that could
personally
be a
call those sun
big
codes. sun
That,
codes.
that could be okay. Not a lot of people sun gaze. I've read about it and I told myself I'll do it because,
That's what opened it
like,
up for me.
well, let me tell you, if that was like a big thing, like that, if the what do you call it, the Pope, like
Co-
if the Pope,
oh,
like
uh-huh.
if they caught you doing it, and they would kill you. Like it had to have been a powerful thing to do. So
Yeah,
I mean,
so
I
many
would say
fucking
that for
sun codes.
sure. And how long
I
do you
I
do? Like, do you do it 15 minutes? Like, you do it like what? Before the sun rises and when it.
for me, I don't necessarily have a set time that I do it. I do it when I feel called to do it. I
Oh,
haven't actually even I did it earlier today when we were out, but I haven't like done it like as I used to do it. There was like a time where every single day I would get up and I would just meditate. But like I'm getting more back into my routine after especially after the split. I feel like I kind of lost myself in that ancestral ascension shit. So I wasn't doing my regular things and I'm getting back into them. But also I feel like for me it was like I said, it wasn't a certain amount of time. It was just like I would be outside meditating and it would just literally like drop in my conscience, like look at the sun. And it was usually in the morning time or in the evening. It was never well, I'm take that back. There was definitely times where it was like in the afternoon, and do not do that because you are not supposed to stare at the fucking sun in the highest peak of the day. But I have
yeah.
definitely done that.
Well,
But
that's what
I'm
I
not
was saying.
encouraging
Like,
anybody.
how did you know? Like, did you just read up? Because I read it. It's like, you got to do it like when the sun. I don't know. There's like a certain time you got to do it,
It's when the
right? Like
sun
when it
rises and
stays.
when the sun sets because it's not so high, but it's like so much easier. I don't know. I It's so much easier. Like I don't personally know. It was just like I said, it was just put into my conscience to do it. So I don't know. I don't
Okay, so you didn't even like. No one told you, or you didn't even read up on it. You're just like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, literally. I was sitting outside meditating and then that's what was put in my
That
heart
had
was
to have
like,
been your ancestors telling you to do it,
yeah, that's
for
what I
sure.
think. I think there's a lot of things that have happened that way for me in so many ways. Like it just certain things were put in my conscience and I'm like, why the hell did I do that? Okay. And then it ends up being like some really awesome shit that happens later on.
Yeah, there's some
Patrick
things.
Patrick says he thinks oh, he thinks me and him have a number of things in common. Aw. Yeah, I don't know. It was literally like I don't that's why I was like I don't personally know the information on sun gazing. I just know that that's when they had me do it. But there was, like I said, a couple times where I would be at work because I was doing 16-hour days and I would only be outside at that time. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna look at the sun. But I highly encourage you not to look at the sun at that highest point of the day. But yeah, it literally, I think, cracked my third open wide my third eye wide open because that's I don't know. The sun codes were the most powerful thing. Like I said, I just literally came out of meditation after they had told me to do that, and everything was more vibrant. Everything had an aura. Like everything. Not just people, but plants, objects, animals, trees, like houses, like everything. I had no idea how much everything had an aura and I was like, "What the hell?" But it's literally never gone away. I was literally just outside earlier when I was sun gazing and I was walking home and I could see the web that she was just showing and I could see all this and I'm sitting here and I'm telling the universe as I'm walking, gratitude. Like, thank you so much for letting me be able to see this because I can talk about the things that I see with my family and they're just like, "I don't know what the fuck you talking about." Like,
When you say it sounds so cute when you say gratitude, it reminds me of like the little turtle when he's all like on Nemo when he's like righteous,
oh,
righteous,
I love that.
gratitude,
Yeah. But I feel like
right,
that's what keeps it
righteous.
going is just being grateful for it. So, I don't know. But I love that you showed me what it was that I've been seeing now. 'Cause see, that's
You're
what I'm saying.
welcome.
I don't
See,
know. They
here's
just
the
show up
tea.
and they're just like, "Do this." And now I'm like, "Oh, shit, it's the cosmic web that I've been seeing." Wow, Jacqueline, thank you. So, I was
You
not
know
aware.
what? Can someone explain to me what light codes are? Because I've heard people talk in like the codes.
I don't know if I know what they are either. I just do, like, when they I don't know.
It's like the code that you receive, the codes that you receive, right?
Yeah, like downloads, right?
Like there's something important.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that those are downloads, light codes, whatever. But I also like I call them sun codes too because there's times where I'm outside and I'm sitting in the sun and I literally have these images, these symbols, these things that pop up and I'm like the sun codes.
Mm.
Like
Okay.
I don't know, let me see. Is it in this? I have so many fucking journals. Some of this isn't the one. Is this one? But there's like some where I've literally tried to like no, it's probably the one upstairs. I've tried to like draw the things that I see in my third eye from looking at the sun. I don't freaking know,
And
but I
then
don't know
if
what
you
it
don't do
means.
it fast enough, you forget, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
because
it's
it's
so
like the next
fast.
thing and I'm just like, "Well, what the hell was that?" And sometimes it's weird because sometimes I feel like they show me stuff and it's like it's weird because the only way I could describe it is it being like etched, like an etch a sketch. Like it's like I can see the etching of it, but it's
Oh,
not the full
damn.
thing. And I'm like, "What are you showing me? Just fucking show me. What is this etch?"
You know
So,
what? I had that before. I had something where I astral projected, right? I popped out of my body. It didn't happen a lot, right? But this one
I've
time
had
it
this
did.
happen to me too. I love this. Tell me.
Okay, one time I popped out and I was like, yes, it's happening. And I was like popping out and I see the clouds. But it was so like my vision was kind of like iffy. It was like a little wobbly. And I was like, oh, I was like, woo, trying to like see. And then all of a sudden, I get like this old school like screen in front of me, like you said, kind of like this etch a sketch, and like these like hieroglyphics or something. But I swear, it looks like the only way I can describe it is like I was like, why are they showing like this old school screen in front of me? It looked like an old 80s computer. And I was like, okay, well, and I'm like in the middle of a space all of a sudden. But like that's what they're showing me, and they're showing me like these symbols. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I mean, they got to have higher technology than this up here, but that's what they're showing me. And these symbols are like, um, they look like hieroglyphics. And like you said, like hieroglyphics on an etch a sketch on an 80s
Yeah.
computer, on an 80s computer. And it was
I've
going
thought about
so
that.
fast. And it was
Yeah.
going like, it was just going really quickly. And
That's how I felt, and I'm
I
like,
was like,
"Wait,
what
slow
am I
down."
supposed to do with this? And you know
That's how I
what?
felt.
Maybe I'm not supposed to do anything. Maybe I was just supposed to take it in. Now that I think about it,
Okay, that makes sense too, because I kept thinking to myself, like, "Why are you going so fast? Well, how am I
I was
supposed to remember that?"
I was like,
Yeah,
wait, I
that's
have no
how I
pen.
felt.
I was like, and then
Yeah.
here I am trying to like. I was like, I can't even like make this into a word.
Yeah, I know that. I know that. Mm-mm. I don't be knowing, but I know. Ugh,
They're funny. I was like,
they
y'all are
are.
funny.
They are. They
Or
love this
sometimes
shit.
I get like a
All these
number. So
riddles,
yeah, there'll be like numbers and stuff in my dream. Eight seven, like that song 87654. Like I'm gonna call somebody.
right, huh?
I'm like, who's this?
That's so funny because my sister-in-law, when she was little, she spoke in her sleep a lot, and she would give out a lot of like information. So we'd get her passwords from her for her computer and shit. Or like
Oh,
her
you'd ask her
computer.
questions in her sleep.
Yeah, and she would straight up give us like full on her password to her computer. uh,
She could
my
never be a
password.
spy.
I know. So I was like, man, she was straight giving the information out, like straight phone numbers and shit.
Oh
That's why I
man,
was
that's
like,
crazy.
so we used to take advantage of that. Be like, go talk to her in her sleep. Hurry, she'll give you the information.
That's
So
hilarious.
that's I was like, maybe someone's getting the information out of you and you're just giving it out in these numbers.
Oh, like talking in my sleep. It's somebody else giving out the information in my sleep.
Right? Different timeline.
Speaking of different timeline, so this is what the message I got. Like, so the these little bubbles, right? These like alternate universes, as they call it, that I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is just interesting. What people think are doppelgangers, um, are actually,
Patrick
um,
says that's the kind of person you want to hypnotize.
what?
Somebody who'll give us all the information.
So, what people think are doppelgangers are actually, so it's actually people's, so it's people's, um, people's, like their, trying to think how I can explain it,
Like
but it's,
alternate versions, maybe?
yes, but it's like their alternate timeline
Mm-hmm.
coming to Earth to alternate an experience for the better, like to alternate alternate a timeline,
Mm-hmm.
to change it, because they have to alternate the experience, to save humanity.
Okay.
Like they're allowed to come to, because Earth is very important, for like it, Earth's like Earth's existence. Like, okay, so our race is
It
like very
doesn't just affect us, as what I gather too. It affects like so much more than just what we think
well.
is us.
So okay, so there's a, on the outside, like where that is right there, like that on the edge of the universe. There's a galactic race that, I've that I've communicated with, and it just like for I've had like a short few like words with them, um,
Mhm.
and what they've explained to me is that they what they do is they control, or I don't know if they control, but they are on the edge, like where they're located is like where they like oversee gravity. Like that's how far they are on, like the edge of the universe is where gravity is controlled.
Mhm.
And so like if anything were to happen to like their race or their planet, like the universe would just like cave in on itself.
Mhm.
And so, um I know that I don't know if it was their planet or if it was a planet in between, um but they, for example, like their suits, I don't know if you've seen, like you know how like some, there's like some of those like like AI animations of star seeds with like the long blonde hair.
Yeah. What are
And you
they
may
like?
think, you may and
They remind me of the ones from the Lord of the Rings.
yeah, and they have like their suits and their crystals, and then there's like a huge crystal city behind them.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I feel like I've
Um,
seen them like for sure on like AI images on like YouTube or something. I feel like
mhm.
I've seen them for like meditations or channels or something that have come through. So I think I know
well,
what you're talking about.
well, well, that's just, it's just to give you an idea. Like, it could be something like that,
The
but like,
Nordics, Patrick said.
yeah, but that crystal,
Oh, how did that happen?
I don't know.
Did you just see that?
Yeah. Oh, because I'm doing
Who's
that.
but
Because I'm
how did
doing the
that
heart.
wait, does that work for me too?
I don't know.
How did that just happen?
Because I'm
Are
doing
you
the
using
heart.
the filter? What the hell?
No.
I want that to happen for me. What the
Put your heart right here. Put your hand right here.
wait, I want to try that. It's not doing it for me. Am I too? What the hell? That's so cool. But it's not working for me. I don't know why it's working for you, but that's so cool. I love that.
So the ones that put the ones with the diamond here. Um,
That was so cool however that happened, but okay.
no. Maybe they're telling me something. Wouldn't that
That's
be
what I'm saying. That's why I was like, that's fucking weird. Is there a filter? How did you do that?
sometimes
What?
I told you sometimes that happens.
Yeah, they straight just threw hearts out. What the hell? I love that.
Maybe because I'm talking about them.
I love that so much.
So the ones that have the diamond here, they actually have a treaty with Earth. So if because there's a mineral that they need from Earth, um, so you could see that like if they didn't get that, how their existence and how the universe, how that would just cave in.
Hmm.
And so what happened in the 60s, like, you know, when the nuclear bombs went off,
Yeah.
that was when there was like this huge like influx of star seeds, like all these walk-ins of star seeds. They had to like come into bodies to protect and start like raising the elevation and the consciousness of the planet. Like they pretty much had to start watching Earth because they got a signal. All the like the Galactic Federation, like all of them got that signal because like that the bomb went off, and like the cosmic web, like they can see that, right? Because it's all connected. The whole universe is connected through the cosmic web. So pretty much like everything got alerted, you know, what was happening with Earth.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that makes sense because they was going to fuck shit up if they didn't have walk-ins come in. So, I mean,
Yeah, so it was like to protect, and but you know,
yeah,
light workers were already here
because they're
because
like,
like if you,
they're fucking shit up. Get down there, you guys. Make things right. Protect these people, these
yes,
innocent souls.
well, and then not only that, there was, I mean, there was already like light workers here because like that's what the Salem witchcraft trials were like. The
Yeah.
ones that were persecuted, those were actually light workers because, but then like, you know how like some of them um were like actual like some were actual, like they were practicing like the dark arts, so they were like possessed with like hardcore demons. Like if you practice like just straight dark, like some people will just like they don't, there's no light in them whatsoever, and they become like a vortex to the dark, kind of like on Lord of the Rings. Like remember Smeagol, like
Oh,
he just
uh-huh.
became like possessed. That can happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
So,
that.
yeah. So for me, I mean, I feel like how I was saying everything is inside of us. I feel like that's the same thing with us. Like there's that's
Like
like the
it
whole
all
thing that was
like as like the as above so below, like it all reflects.
yeah, I feel like we are both the light and the dark. Like we're both God and the devil. But I feel like kind of what you said,
No,
maybe
you're
we're
right.
operating too much more in from one. But that's also what I believe too. Like I believe that because everything is a reflection of us or mirroring our inside, I feel like when people sit there and they call themselves like possessed or even experiencing demons and things, like I feel like what you're experiencing is like your shadows, your demons, the things that you have created, because when you get yourself, you know, healed, or you acknowledge these things or you confront these things, you're not really afraid of it anymore, and you're not even operating at that same vibration anymore. So I feel like it's all within us, but it's like there are versions of us that need to be healed. I don't know. I mean, that's why I'm always open to learning new things and to hear other people's perspectives and stuff, because this is interesting stuff and everybody has, you know, um different pieces to this big ass puzzle, because this is it. We don't really know what we know, so it's like, but that's just how what I feel resonates for me. So I feel like what you're saying resonates for me, but in a way where it's like these are things that are coming from me, but they're being projected in my reality. I don't know if that makes sense, but
No, no, I agree with you. It's like a scale.
that's
It's
so funny
like
because I'm a
it's
Libra,
like
so scales make sense to me. So
yeah, there would be it's like a scale being all dark to being it being half and half to being all light. And then
right, the duality. The
yeah.
middle part is where you're like, you got a balance of both.
I feel pretty happy like being in the middle. And for a
Yeah.
long time that confused me. I felt like I had to pick a side, but I'm pretty happy with both. I think if anything that probably bothers other people, like they feel like I have to pick a side, and I'm like, no, I'm happy being both. If anything, it helps like me be a guide for others.
Yeah. And that's what I think for me is like the same too. Like, especially as I've started working with dark feminine energy and stuff. For me, also, I am not afraid of the dark anymore where I used to be. And the more and more I learn these things, the more and more I realize the dark is not to be feared. Personally, I feel like we've been taught everything backwards and nothing makes sense. And it's like all the programming, because everything came from the dark. The light was the one that was created. The darkness was always here. We were born in the dark. The seeds are planted in the dark, and then they sprout and they have the light, kind of like when we go through the birth canal, which is dark. We have the light when we come out into this physical dimension. Um, but that's what I feel like. I feel like for me, the dark isn't bad. I almost feel like it's the light. It's the light that needs to be healed, because I feel like once the light came, like that's when it started like changing things. And maybe that's like me thinking, but I feel like it's the light is the masculine energy. That's what I feel. That's what resonates for me, is that the light is the masculine energy, and that is what needs to be healed, which is what was coming out for me the other day and has been coming out for me lately when they talk about that anglerfish. It's the rise of the dark feminine again, of the feminine. Like, we were pushed down for so long. We were made, you even were just bringing up the Salem witch trials, like for just being in our power. Like, we're literally the goddesses of this realm. Like, we bring in the light, we bring in the dark, we bring in life. We are the portals. So I feel like it's not the dark that is bad. They just demonized us. And I feel like it's the light, it's the male energy, like that make us come off as we're bad, but we're not. Like, the dark isn't bad. That's just what resonates for me. But I don't know. Take what resonates for you. But that's just that's what's been coming up for me
Hey,
lately.
it's your show. I'm just a
I know,
guest.
it's like no, I know, but it's just like what you're saying, like it resonates for me, but it's like that's how they make it work for me. They're like, yeah, what she's saying, but this goes with what you were saying. So it's like I feel like you're helping me, but I'm making it like make sense for me. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just like you're helping me in a way to understand things, but to make certain things like that you're saying, it's like aha moments for me, for my beliefs, my reality. Like, I don't know.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with I'm open to debate.
Shoot, I don't know what I know. So, yeah, right on.
I'm
I
open
don't know.
to a little bit of legalities or,
That's what I'm saying. I
um,
don't know. That's why I'm like, I'm so open to learning other people. That's why,
but
like, when you were saying what you're saying, I'm like, damn, that makes sense. But then it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's the light that needs to
I
be,
the light needs to be challenged.
yeah.
You're
I feel like
right because if anything, light is what's it's. Do you mean light like as in the light as in like the masculine energy, or light as in like Christianity and like light
both.
as in what's good? Because yeah, you're right. Because they're
I
like the
feel like both
judgy.
because I
They're
feel like it came
judgy.
from that.
The
I feel
light
like
ain't always
Christianity.
right.
Yeah, I feel like honestly, like what you just said resonated so hard for me because I feel like that's what it is. I feel like the light energy is the wounded masculine, which is Christianity.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know, but that's what feels right to me,
Yeah.
if that makes
No,
sense.
you're right. Yeah, you're right.
But like my
And you
soul's
know
like,
what?
that's it, girl. That's it. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, no, you're right because I remember I had a boyfriend at one point who grew up heavily in the church, and I remember him like pulling out a King James Bible, and I remember him
Oh,
telling me like an interesting fact, and he was saying that uh how how I forgot how he worded it, but he just said that like people would kill and like fight so hard just to change a word in this book. Just
damn.
one word, just for, just for power and influence.
Yeah.
And the thing is, compared to the original, it's all written in Old English and it's the original's Hebrew.
I'm gonna
The
make
whole
it.
damn thing is wrong.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it doesn't say anything. It's all written in Old English, so it doesn't like mean any of the original.
Mm-hmm.
Hebrew is very, very powerful,
I'm
and
gonna write it down in a minute, baby.
no one understands it. So, like, how can we really know what it means?
Yeah. Exactly. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't know what I know. I just like lately, especially today too, it came out in the cards, like trust your intuition, trust what you know. Like
Especially
trust
for
your knowing. So I'm like, I don't know, this feels right.
especially for like the context. Like, I think it was really meant to be taken so like very hypothetically. And then like it's very like
Right.
undermining. It's very undermining of women, and
Yeah,
I
like I think
really,
you're right. I feel like they just kind of made it so matter of fact when they're like, this is kind of a guideline. This is maybe
yeah, I think it was
but
supposed
they're
to be
like,
like I think it was supposed to like what's the word parables. I think it was supposed to be like I think it was supposed to be taken like poetry. It was supposed to be taken like out of context. It wasn't supposed to be taken directly. It was supposed to be
yeah.
taken like abstract.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
that makes sense.
um honestly, like it just represses women too much.
It does. And it's crazy because it's like everything comes from women. How are you demonizing us? How are
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know. And also I truly believe at one point in time we were the rulers. We were the ones who, created the systems and everything. And then the men, the masculine energy was there to just like uphold and enforce those things, but the women were the ones who ran shit. Like that's what I have seen, like in meditation and in dreams, even like there was that. I don't know when that was, but it was in ancient civilizations. Like we
Like there
were,
was no king, it was just like queens and just like goddesses.
Yeah, I mean there was obviously masculine energy, but it was more like
Like
the
he
roles
did.
were reversed. It was more how it is now with the men being in power, but it was the women being in power. And the men were not like they were how we are. They weren't submissive or anything that they were okay with being the muscle, the enforcer of things, but they knew like, you know,
They
the
just
way
they respected and like
exactly.
they let the women lead a lot more. Is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
that's what was like presented to me in this meditation. It's like they they didn't treat us the way they do now. Like it was completely different. It was more like we were cherished, we were honored, but we were
Ooh.
respected, like you said. And that's like I don't know when that was, but that's
So you don't know. I was gonna ask you. You already knew what I was
I
gonna
don't know
ask
when that
you.
was. I was
You're
like
like, I don't
I have
know.
no idea when that was, but it was obviously a time. Patrick said, I found a great post about that, but I have to go now. See you ladies later. Oh, thank you so much, Patrick, for joining.
Hi,
I know,
Patrick.
I
Thanks
think
for
I'm going to
listening.
let her finish up and then I'm going to go too because my kids are looking for something to eat and I got to put this pizza in the oven. So they're just like, what the hell?
Thank you. I need to order some of your sourdough starter.
Oh,
I'm about to concoct some of my own, but y'all are
it's
gonna
so
watch a
freaking
movie and make some pizza?
yeah. They're like, I don't know what they're doing in the living room, but they're waiting for me and they're like,
Okay. Thank you so much for having me. It's
no.
been so much
Is there anything else
fun.
that you wanted? I mean, they can wait a couple more minutes. If there's anything else that you wanted to add, I don't know if you went over all of your bulletin notes.
Yes, I did. Thank you so much for hearing me out. This
No,
was
thank you
so
for
much
sharing
fun.
because this is if you want to come back, I mean, I love that too. I love this stuff. I like talking about this type of stuff with whoever or whatever. So let's,
Next
if you
time
get
we should do like
more downloads
Saturday
coming
night
in,
ghost stories or supernatural
that's what I'm
Saturday.
saying. We
High
should do
five.
something like that. I would love
Yes.
that. So anybody watching this, like if you guys have something that like you want to share, I would fucking love that. We could totally make special days where you guys come on and we talk about spooky stuff or
Yeah.
supernatural or high vibrational or I believe in all the things. Like I believe in all the elementals. Like I've had experiences with aliens, like UFOs, like let's talk about this shit, okay? I love
Yeah.
that.
That'd be fun.
That's why when you were like, "Can I come on and talk about some?" Yeah, like I'm not against it. I'm that's what the cards were saying too. Like be open, you know? I'm trying to be open-minded. I'm trying to be willing to hear other people out, but also take what resonates for me. And that's kind of like what I think was happening. Like you were saying things and I'm like, "Oh, that resonates in this way for me." So, I don't know. I feel like you helped me out a lot. Like I literally had no idea that it's the fucking cosmic web that I've been seeing for the last 4 years and I'm like, you literally gave me this aha moment today.
Aww.
It's been literally 4 freaking years. I don't it's not in this one. I have a notebook. It's in a notebook from, like, the
You're
day
like,
that, like
what is this thing in my eyeballs?
yeah, I started writing about it in my meditation notebook, and I was just like so I don't
And you know
remember what
what? No doctor would have told you what that was.
no, the funny thing is I've brought it up literally when I go to the eye doctors because I'm just like, "Do you like can you see the things that I see?" And, like, because they even told me what did they fucking tell me? They were floaters. Like
Oh yeah, like the little squiggly lines.
yeah, like, don't tell me that because these motherfuckers are fucking colors. They are all different types of things, and they're like, "Those are floaters." Like, you gaslighting me now, motherfucker, because these are not floaters. Tell me about these infrared purple lines that I see everywhere, okay?
The
Because I don't
neon
know.
lights. They're like, this
Yeah,
girl's tripping.
yeah, I'm sitting here like, "Okay, so what about the orbs? What about the green glitter I see in the shower in the dark? Explain that to me, okay?" So it's the heart chakra. I don't know. It's the emerald green glitter that it basks on me in the shower. Tell me about that, eye
Damn, that
doctor.
sounds nice.
I've had so many like amazing experiences, which also I don't know if anybody wants to sun gaze now, but I have sun gazed to the point where it's not always, but it's present where I've seen it. And I don't know if you ever heard about it, but the black fucking sun. I've fucking seen it through sun gazing. You could see the black sun behind the real sun or behind the sun.
Shut the
I don't know.
hell up.
I'm not even lying, dude. I've
It's
seen that shit.
real.
Yes,
I've heard
I've
about
seen
it.
the black fucking sun before with sun gazing. I
So
don't
it's like
know.
the portal behind the real sun.
That's the only way I could describe it. That's what it looked like. But I was like, is that black? Like, I'm sitting here really
Oh my
staring at it, and
god.
I'm like, people are like, you should. I was at work when it was happening, and my coworkers like, you're not supposed to be staring at the sun. Like, what the fuck do you know? Because
You're like, shut up.
I
You're like
know.
Soundgarden's playing in your head. Black
Yeah,
hole
that's
sun.
brings me back to
That's
my childhood.
wild.
Oh, you're being a bad girl. That's why you're staring at the sun. Like, I don't know.
Oh my
I don't know what I.
god.
But
That's
yeah, I feel like I've seen
crazy.
that. So I don't know. There's a lot of cool things
I
that
would
just show.
advise you not to take shrooms.
I
They might
wonder what it
take
would
away.
be
They
like.
might take
I'm
away your
wondering about
powers.
that too. I've thought about doing it for microdosing for like helping me with things, but then I thought about the same thing and I'm like, what if I do it and I lose my gift? Because people
They just
literally
make
tell
you
me it's.
giggle. They just make you happy.
I used to be afraid because I was like, oh, I'm gonna have a bad trip. But now I'm like, why
It's
was I
not
so
like
afraid? I probably
no.
wouldn't have a bad trip. I probably would just find my demons that I need to be friends with and
They're
love
not
on them.
that powerful.
I know.
It's definitely not like sun gazing.
Yeah. So that's so cool to know. But I don't know. I don't know why I was afraid of it. Now, like for the last, I want to say almost 2 years I've been wanting to, but since I'm still breastfeeding the baby, I haven't tried it,
Mm.
but I want to. This lady who lives in my city, she was gonna do a past life regression for me. And she works with microdosing. She like teaches classes and has like um weeks long like microdosing sessions and stuff that people pay for and they do it as like groups and stuff. But she was
Yeah.
going to do my past life regression for me and I was going to microdose. But then I found out I was pregnant and now I have the baby, but now I breastfeed. So I'm like, one of these days. But like I said, I don't know what if it does take it away because I saw all of this without shrooms and everybody's like, sounds like you're on shrooms. And I'm like, I don't know. I've never done them. So what?
I wouldn't take them like close together. Like when I've taken mushrooms, like if you take well, and this is like a lot of people that take mushrooms like again and again and again. Like one day after it, they get all like kind of gloomy.
Oh, uh-huh.
And
I
my
don't
brother,
know.
he takes them all the time. They have like
Okay.
all I can say is they have like a little bit of an opposite effect. Like you'll get like kind of I don't know like
I knew a girl who was using them when we were younger. She was in my group home with me,
so you
but
gotta
she had like
space
a
them
lot
out.
of bad trips. So I'm like, that's
No,
what
no,
scared
no.
me.
I wouldn't say bad trip. It's
I just think
yeah.
it was the shit we were experiencing. So I feel like it's a reflection of what's going on inside of you. So that's why I think, so afraid that I feel like the shrooms basically reflect your inner universe. So there's like for us, I think, especially for her, I think she had a lot of things that she needed to heal and acknowledge. So she was constantly seeing demons and things, but I think they were her own demons, like I said, that we need to acknowledge. Just like we're God, we're also the devil. So it's like, I feel like the demons that come up, the things that scare us, those are versions of ourselves. Those are the demons that we created, things that we made with our own mind, like to keep blockages for us, to stop us from doing things, to stop us from standing in our powers or whatever. But I don't know. I just feel like she kind of was the reason I didn't do it because I was like, man, she's always having bad trips. She's always seeing scary shit, and I don't want to do that. Like, I would literally
Yeah.
watch her like full on have. There's nothing there that I could see at that time. Like, I was just like, why is this girl literally fucking flipping out? Like, what is she fighting? There's nothing there,
Oh, I've
you know?
seen that on YouTube and stuff.
So that's why I was like, I don't ever want to try drugs. I'm good with just weed because, but those are not
You know
drugs.
that I can't smoke weed. Weed will actually make me I've taken like I've smoked weed sometimes or like CBD, like CBD will make me black out.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
like weed will make me like see colors.
Oh, wow, that's so neat. No, not
I guess
me. I'm
so,
like, wow,
yeah.
not me. How? But people have
We
said that like weed stops them from dreaming. It doesn't stop me. I lucid dream. I have very vivid dreams. And I have had astral projection experiences too, how you had brought up. Like I've literally been in meditation and just been like, where the fuck am I? Like, okay, like it's so amazing. We need to have another episode where you come on and we talk about your astral projection because we didn't get into that. But I got to feed my kids, so we're
okay.
gonna have to do it on a day where you come earlier, so that way we have more time. Because Sexy Saturday is like my short, like it's in the late time so that it's night. But yeah, I want you to come on in the daytime so we have more time to talk.
Okay. I'll let you go.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta feed my children. But we're so grateful for everybody, seriously. We hope that, this was informative to you. We're grateful for you sharing this space. I'm grateful for you sharing this space with me. Your energy, your light, your magic, because you're always felt and appreciated. Remember that you are loved, you are powerful, and you are infinitely divine. And if any of this resonates for you, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe so that we can keep growing this sacred space together. Until next time, everybody, stay radiant, stay empowered, but most of all, stay magical. And thank you again to our beautiful guest, Jacqueline, for joining us. 111, as I said that. So this was alignment. This was meant to be.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
we'll look forward to having you come back. So thank you. 11111. See, the angels are numbering. So thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you. Bye bye.
Goodbye, everybody. Um,